Vanity Smurf was onto something. Do you know who Vanity Smurf is? The Smurfs are these little green creatures, and Vanity Smurf, there was Hefty Smurf, who worked out a lot. There was Smurfette, who was the only girl that was blonde. There was Papa Smurf, who wore a red hat, who's like the dad, the father figure of all the Smurfs. There was Vanity Smurf. Vanity Smurf went around with the mirror in his hand, and he was always admiring his beauty, and he had this flower in his hair. And he was on to something. The man goes around, the Smurf goes around, and he's looking at himself all the time with the mirror. And when your life coach asks you to do, when your life coach asks you to do something, you do it because you trust her and you love her and you know that she always speaks from love and she always has your best interests at heart. So she asked me to do this book called Mirror Work. Mirror Work by Louise Hay. And it's 21 days to heal your life. And it's called Mirror Work because you look in the mirror a lot and you talk to yourself. And at first it felt so awkward and weird. Like, how do you look in the mirror and say, Tuan, I'm getting to know you. I'm starting to love you. It felt weird and awkward, and it just, I don't do that stuff. And so I've been doing it for at least 2 weeks now, and her activities have done stuff like looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, Tuan. I truly, truly love you. Or she has me take a little picture of myself when I was a child. I was 5, and I talked to that picture and tell her about the stuff that I regretted and the mistakes that I've made, and that she's safe now and I'm in charge and I will protect her and never let anything go wrong. And if anything supposedly bad happens, we can handle it. We got this. And I started letting go of my anger. I started talking about my past and my mistakes that I've made. And I would say, Tuan, I forgive you for the mistakes that you've made. I forgive you for making those bad decisions. In the end, it's who you are and it's in the past. I forgive you. And I would keep this mirror on my desk. And the first one I looked at it, I was like, oh, there's me in the mirror. And then I would look at it. I would look at the mirror. I would look at my facial expressions. I would look at my features. I would look at how I looked like when I had makeup on. And I would admire my eyebrows when I had them microbladed or filled in. And I thought about this. I've been doing this for 2 weeks, and my relationship with myself has completely transformed in so many ways. And I thought, how could mirror work? How does it work? And I realized that the more time that you spend with someone, the more deep and powerful conversations you have with someone, even someone that you thought was incredibly annoying, the more time you spend with them, the more you get to know them, the more heartfelt conversations you have, the more perspective you share, the more controversial things you talk about and you share your different perspectives, the more that person grows on you, the more you grow to love them, and they grow on you. And believe it or not, is the exact same concept with yourself. When you sit with yourself and you have a conversation with yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and you talk to yourself and you talk about forgiving yourself and you talk about stuff you're scared about, stuff that you regretted, any anger or resentment that you held on to, you start looking at yourself with kindness. And today or yesterday, I walked into the office and I had zero makeup on. And I got a little bit more sleep than normal. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, Tuan, you don't have any makeup on and you're a good looking woman. You're a beautiful soul. You are beautiful on the inside and the outside. In fact, if you didn't wear any makeup today, I still think you're just as beautiful. And my husband has said this to me 100 times, 1,000,000 times. He said, Tuan, you're beautiful just the way you are, and you don't need any makeup. And I never believed him. I just scoffed. I never took his compliment. I was like, oh, he's my husband. He's supposed to say I'm beautiful. He's supposed to say I look great without makeup because he's my husband. I don't know if he really believes it or not. I don't believe it. So, whatever. But today, or yesterday, I actually looked in the mirror, saw myself without any makeup, kind of like how I look right now. And I thought, you're a good looking woman, Tuan. You're a beautiful person inside and out. And you don't need makeup. You could use it and it enhances your beauty. But like without anything, you're still a beautiful person. And that was a huge step from the way I was 2 weeks ago and most of my life to how I am today. So powerful, so powerful. It was like having a quiet love affair with myself, to quote Wayne Dyer. Thanks so much, Megan. I'm a good looking woman. I think I could like, can I do a, oh, I thought I could make a heart on it or something. And so there you have it. Check out this book, Mirror Work. 2 weeks in, and you'll have a transformed relationship with yourself. Listen to your life coach. She knows what she's talking about. And when someone you trust gives you some really wise advice, do the homework. If she says, do some mirror work, try it on for size. What have you got to lose? What have you got to gain? Vanity Smurf, he was onto something. Carry that mirror around, talk to yourself, and you'll be so surprised. You'll have a new relationship with yourself. You'll start looking at yourself with some kindness and some compassion and forgiveness and gentleness and love. You realize you are loved. When I started reading out my manifestations to myself and I was talking about love and I was talking about how I am love and how money is love, it was such a different experience. Such a different experience. Such a different experience. And if you didn't already know, I'm a life coach. I declared that April 2019 is my breakout month. And of course, my internet on the, I keep forgetting to go live on YouTube. The internet on Facebook is breaking, but you can catch me on Instagram or YouTube. And I'm a life coach, and I love having deep, powerful conversations with people. I had this vision of myself like going up this mountain and the wind was blowing, and I had this staff looking thing that was like Maleficent or Gandalf, and I was climbing up the mountain, and I thought I had to do it all by myself. But I realized my husband is there to support me. He's my life partner, and I realized I'm actually leading these other people up the mountain. I'm showing them the way because they need a Sherpa. They need a guide. I have a guide. I'm a life coach and I have a life coach. Everybody who would like to live a powerful life knows that having a life coach is essential to you living a powerful life. It is absolutely essential. It is something definitely you should budget for. So if you don't already have a life coach in your life and you're living your life the way you are, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you would like to have access and live your most powerful life, if you'd like to have access to all the tools within you to truly create this life you desire to live, to do something like mirror work, to do something like climb up the mountain, to do something like attempt and go big, and to seriously take the action there is to take to go full out and to work at having a life coaching practice that is full-time without another full-time job. Like, that is something I would have only done if I actually had a life coach in my life. It takes an outsider to see my blind spots, my triggers, my non-serving thoughts, my self-limitations, my hypocrisy, and what I say I actually want, but then what I say to my husband and what my coach calls me out on. She calls out all my shit, and I will call out all your shit. That's what I do as a life coach. And it's so powerful. It's unbelievably powerful. If you are coachable, you're willing to do the work, you listen and operate from your heart and your soul in our coaching sessions, and you really listen with your heart and soul, and you have a strong desire to live your best life, one that's fulfilling and powerful and meaningful, then get a life coach. Megan Fife is a life coach. Lauren, my coach, Lauren Roberts is a life coach. Hey, Eva, I'm a life coach. Find a life coach that resonates with you, and your life will never, ever, ever be the same again. You'll be deeply, deeply transformed. And every single penny that you pay your life coach is absolutely worth it, if not more. I pay my life coach thousands of dollars, and what I learned in my very first session was well worth any thousands of dollars that I could ever pay her. That's the power of having a life coach in your life. So I send you love, light, infinite, genuine clarity, infinite possibility to live the life you desire to create, one that's completely aligned with your soul's purpose and expansion and growth always. Love you lots. Sending you lots and lots and lots of love. Share my video if you love it. Reach out to me if you're looking for a life coach, if you'd like to have access to your most powerful life. And follow me. Follow me on my personal page. Follow me on my like page. Everything is called Soul, S-O-U-L, Elevated Life. I have a website, a YouTube channel. And call me. Contact me. Let's make April your best session, best month yet. Sign up for a session with me, and or with Megan, or with Lauren, or Lauren's coach, Kat. And here's you living a soul elevated life. You want to say hi, Ava? Whoa! Wanna hi? Hi. Hi. Gonna bye. 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 Love you lots. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.